Hi everyone, it's Julia here at anchorhaven.co.uk and I'm jumping into my Violet Flame Reiki Mastery group very shortly. So I thought I'd just come on and see if there are any people interested in there to learn about Pendulum Mastery and Alchemy. And you can always drop me a comment in there and I can schedule something. So working with the pendulum is a big part of my work. I work with pendulums every single day and I have done for 4 or 5 years now, really. I've always worked with pendulums, but I've gone into full-on pendulum alchemist mode at least 4 years ago. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in. So when I work with a pendulum, you see this is my Asclepius, a specially designed pendulum for healing and Akashic record work. So I work with the pendulum in a very different way to what you may be used to, because most people are just used to divination, asking questions. But as a pendulum alchemist, we work with commands. We work with quantum kind of energies and drawing down energies, releasing energies, anchoring energies. So our work is a bit different. So tonight on the Violet Flame Reiki Mastery program, I'm going to be teaching the Violet Flame Reiki Masters how to work with a pendulum for much more than divination. So we will use different styles of divination with the pendulum. We can still use the pendulum working with a variety of different charts and arcs and circles and intuition, but we're also going to be working with quantum command, okay? And that's what makes my work a bit different. So when you have a reading with me, not only do I work with oracle cards and I work with my intuition and my psychic senses, but I also work with a pendulum. So you'll always see me with a pendulum in my hand when I'm doing one-to-one sessions. It's like an extension of me. And it gives me a visual representation of kind of the energies that I'm working with, energies that I'm bringing in, sending out or collapsing down, destroying and uncreating. There's so many different things that we do when you get into that quantum healing realm or quantum crystalline frequencies and that kind of thing. So working with a pendulum is a big part of what I do. If you're interested to have a pendulum masterclass, if you'd like to go a bit deeper into your pendulum work, then let me know and I can schedule a Zoom session, or we can have a look at it on one of my Awakened Wednesday sessions. So if you are not yet subscribed to my Substack, please do, because that's where I send out all of my updates of what's going on. I send out all my Zoom links through the Substack, and to get access to my Zoom links, you just need to be on the paid subscription, okay? And that one payment that you make each month really helps to support my channel, and it's just £7.50. That's all it is. You get access to all of my evening groups, my Mindful Monday, Awakened Wednesday and Akashic Saturdays. So that's like 12 groups a month for £7.50, which is unbelievable value, because I used to sell these groups out when we were doing them in person. They were always about £8 each. So you'd be looking at, I think the monthly access pass was £33 a month. And that's what everybody paid, £33 a month, and then you could come in and out of my groups. But now I've moved it onto Zoom, and I'm trying to make it as accessible for as many people as possible, no matter where you are in the world. £7.50 a month. It's just the cost of a couple of coffees. It really is. It's probably 3 bottles of Pepsi for me, and I drink a lot of Pepsi Max. So so £7.50 a month is really, really affordable, and you can get it even cheaper by subscribing to the annual plan. You can save 30% and get it for £5 a month, which is £60 for the year. And that really helps to support the work that I do. And so I'm literally living on these subscriptions now, guys. So if you haven't supported me and you've got the means to do that, please do, because I really appreciate it. And then you'll be able to access the groups. You'll be able to come to the live guest speaker sessions as well. So we had a guest speaker on last night, which is Tavi, the hemp man, and he was talking all about wine, which was a bit unexpected. He was talking about mushrooms and CBD and all these different herbal supplements, and we were talking about Transylvania because he's from around on there. We were talking about vampires. So you can watch that on my YouTube. No, not on my YouTube. You can watch it on my Rumble. I've not put that one onto YouTube because of some of the language we were using. YouTube are really strict about the words that you use, and it can take down your channel for the slightest thing. So what I did was I put all my videos onto Rumble. So anything that's a little bit more controversial or a little bit more out there will go on to the Rumble. But please do subscribe on my Substacks. That's just anchorhaven.substack.com, and that really helps to support my channel, support the work that I do, help me pay for things, you know, like my internet, my rent, my food. Basic things like that, and I really appreciate it, because what I'd like to do is keep my prices as low as I possibly can. I don't want to be putting on, you know, £200 a day retreats when I can do things for less than £50. Yeah, so my retreat this Saturday is just £33 each, and I'm trying to again make it as accessible for everybody, so the payment plans are always available with my work. I'd love to have you join us, and if you want to come, if you're really drawn to the energies, to the theme that we're working with, but it's just not possible for you financially, still reach out, still send me a message, because I always try and keep at least 2 spaces for community. Yeah, and that's free spaces, and you don't see me advertising that. So if you would, you know, if you really want to come to something, but this month you're just totally zeroed out, and we're only on like the 15th, you know, and if you've got no money left right now, but you really want to come because it's your favorite thing, and please just let me know, and I'm really happy to have you join us. We can always do exchanges on things as well. We can do swaps, we can do, you know, promotions and shares and ambassador type things in exchange. So I appreciate that too, because I love to do collaborations. Okay, so I'm also looking for people to come on my wellness group, on my podcast basically. So I record it as a podcast, but I do it within my Mindful Monday or my Awakened Wednesday, so we have like a little closed audience. I don't currently live stream except for these little videos that I do on Facebook. I am going to look to live stream my evening groups in the future, but I'm not quite there yet. But I do live stream with others. So I do live stream with Christy Campbell sometimes, and I do live stream with Soma Arar sometimes. So, and the Cosmic Ascension Waves of Light kind of thing. So you'll see me on round tables or live streaming sessions that I'm having with other people on their channels. But I haven't quite got round to the live stream, but I think I might do now. Once I get my Rumble sorted, I might start live streaming to Rumble. We will see. So let me know what's going on with you guys. If you're interested to learn more about Pendulum Alchemy, Pendulum Mastery, please let me know, because there's so much we can do with the pendulum. And if you don't have a pendulum, then you could use a key on a short chain, you could use a ring on a necklace, but I do advise getting something where you've got a proper cord, because pendulum alchemy is very different to other kinds of pendulum work. Yeah, so it's really, really different. Now this weekend we will be doing some psychic development. We'll be working with Atlantean energies, water elementals, crystal elementals. We'll be working with our third eye and our pineal gland as well. So please do join me if you can. You can check my event page. You can go to my bookwen.com/anchorhaven. You can send me a message and I'll send you a payment link, or you can just send me a message and pay on the day. That's absolutely fine for my regulars, no problemo. Right, so I better get to my class in a second. So I'll be starting the next intake for Violet Flame Reiki Mastery in June, and this is an advanced Reiki training system for people who've already done like Reiki's level 1 and 2, traditional Reikis, or if you've done angelic Reiki, then you might like to come into Violet Flame Reiki. So Violet Flame Reiki is a separate modality. It has been kind of given to us by the goddess Guan Yin, the goddess of compassion and mercy, keeper of the violet flame, and it was channeled by Reiki master Ivy Moore. So she developed this healing system, and just got a little refunds coming through on my phone there. And what I've done is I've worked with my violet flame guides to expand on this system. So we're still working with the same 4 levels. We're still working with the same 40 symbols. We're still working with the same energies, but how we work with them has changed slightly. And because this has happened because when I received the information and attunements there wasn't a lot of training. Okay, so it's very much for the practitioner to discover it themselves. So what I asked my guides when I was due to start teaching was, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make this mine? Yeah. So each practitioner, each Violet Flame Reiki master is likely to change it to suit themselves. And that is totally supported within this system. It is a creative energy system, and it expands with you. And your knowledge goes into the Violet Flame, and you can draw other knowledge from the Violet Flame. How cool is that? So it's very much focused on, as a practitioner and a master, as your development as well as client healing. So half of it is client healing, but the other half is just about you and you developing your psychic skills, your connection to oneness, your connection to transcendental consciousness. There's loads of past life healing systems, symbols, purification symbols, empowerment symbols. Yeah, there's so much going on there. And, you know, just opening up to life's plan, right? So as I work with these symbols more and more and more, each time I teach the course, it evolves. Each time I teach it, it gets a little bit different. We get more perspective from the symbols because there's more people working with it. So that's more energy and information we can draw from these symbols. So, wow. So I work with symbols as symbol keys to unlock oneness and well-being. And I probably work with definitely more than 60 different symbols in my toolkit. But the Violet Flame Reiki ones are my favourite. And, you know, I've some people I've seen, I've got some symbols tattooed on my body as shields, that kind of thing. So yeah, so symbols can be really supportive, really shielding. We work with sigils. We did a sigil class recently. If you're a witch, you might be into sigils, and that's the kind of thing that I do teach. So do let me know if you'd like to come to a Pendulum masterclass, or if you'd like to do the sigil masterclass. That will soon be released on my Thinkific training portal. Just need to get a few things up to date on there. So I hope everyone is okay. Let me know. Please check out my YouTube. Please check out my Rumble. So if you've not been to Rumble, everything's green on Rumble. Everything's this colour. But it's possible to get monetized on Rumble as well. So that will help me eventually make a little bit of money to support my channel, support the heart-centered work that I do. And don't forget, I do have a giveaway, and it's an amethyst big crystal giveaway. And you just need to follow me on the socials. Or you can buy me a coffee, right, at buymeacoffee.com/anchorhaven, or send me a message and I'll send you a payment link. Yeah, so but that big amethyst is worth £65 to £100 retail. And I can't wait to share it with somebody. So so do enter the draw. So far nobody's entered the draw, so I guess it's just for me. Yeah, take care everyone. Speak